Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this new graphics fairy design team project for the premium membership website. So today I have a masculine kind of journal kit that I made using a few of the graphics fairy designs. And so the inspiration was taken from this box actually that I found in a flea market in France where I live, and I kind of found this box and it was filled with old papers that belonged to a man, and there was also a notebook inside. So I decided to keep the box and actually make my own notebook using the graphics fairy images. So this is the box. When you open it up, you have this wonderful like marbled paper that is lining the box. And initially, before I figured that would be used for my design team project, I thought I would use this in some sort of way to create something crafty related. So I think there is a way you can, repurpose this, and if you want, you can also fix this. That's also an option. But anyways, so inside, I decided to create two notebooks. I also tucked a few ephemera on the bottom of the box, and this is the bottom, and these kind of stamps are actually stuck onto the marble paper, so that I thought that was kind of cool. And inside, let's just start with that. We have a large cabinet card of a man. This one is antique. It's dated from 1897. I cannot read this, but I believe it was his name. So that lives in here. And then we have just two papers, again, kind of put in the box randomly as I found it. So this is a page of advertisement that I thought the man would keep, because there's some interesting things here that he wants to check out. And then there's like this gorgeous letter copy that was handwritten on this sort of onion skin paper dated from 1848. Sorry. And so these are the things that are under this box. Now show you the different elements that goes in here. And I'm going to start with this particular journal. And before I do, I would like to mention the few ephemera kits designs that I used for both of these. I obviously used some masculine ephemera kits, image kits, which are the masculine ephemera, the masculine elements, and I also used some ephemera from the Ephemera Collection, and also some wallpapers and drawings from the architectural drawings and the heritage wallpaper. And I also used another kind of masculine theme, which is called Steampunk Apothecary Shoppe. And of course, I will be linking all the kits down below. Sorry. And just before, I want to show you again on this tablet because I find it useful to show you. So this is how the graphics fairy design team, not design team, premium membership website look like. And so you have the different icons here. Is it tabs? I don't know how you call that in English, but you can see you can look for images in particular. So you will have like a library of images, like just one, and it won't be put into bundles. It's just a collection of images, and then you can look for specific bundles. And I do like to search for my images here because the bundles are created very well. There are often some printables and some pages or some vectors. Just check out this masculine ephemera bundle. Here you have everything that is included in the bundle, and then you can see you have the different images that you can find down and download like one by one. Then you have the printables here. So these are graphics that the Graphics Fairy has made for you and made available to print directly. And you also usually have some pages that you can print out. But so very easy and to find the different things, and then you have many possibilities and many things to play with. The first thing was that I made was this little notebook, and this is a piece of reclaimed leather that I found in a flea market. On the cover you have some like old reward medals, like for example this one is for the services of a fireman, but so they are both authentic and are like placed onto these beautiful pieces of fabric. And this is just a coin that I found. It had a hole inside, so I thought I would just add it to the cover as well with a piece of leather here. And so we have a stereograph here with some gentlemen, and when you open it up, it goes like this. And so I just want to say this particular notebook here is very grungy. It is made, like the pages themselves are only made with authentic, like antique and old vintage French papers of all sorts that I kind of put together to create a collaged page. And the colors are very neutral, very brown and beige, and this was a paper book cover. It has a golden details, and then just some collaged pages to which I added some printables from the Graphics Fairy. And again, I will put all the kits down below, and I'm just going to point out the different elements that I printed, and you can check it out in their website. So this is an image that I backed with some old papers and just added some detail, vintage seam binding. Here you have a vintage glassine with some stamps, and then some old trims, ribbons. Here are the collaged pages, and actually these, you will find a few of these small images that have domino sizes and that I used to add to the collaged page. And so very grungy. Another design from the Graphics Fairy. So this is a journaling card, and I just added some elements. And this is a piano roll paper. Again, you will find a lot of floating pieces because this particular man who owned the original notebook to the box, he had a lot of things tucked in between the pages of his notebooks. So I just wanted to recreate that, and I did tuck authentic vintage French ephemera. This is a photograph of a man, and then we have this piece of ephemera, which is from the Graphics Fairy. This is from a wallpaper bundle, and again I had to use this one for something else, and I just used the leftovers and to decorate. This is from the Graphics Fairy. I just fussy cut out this gentleman and glue it here. We have a bit of leather here, and these are some very old, like ticking, French ticking, to which I added this little pin with those like religious charms. And so everything is old and taken from old cahiers and notebooks, books. This is a rusty paper clip, collage page. Here we have an image from the Graphics Fairy, so I believe that's his dog. And so it goes in this little marble paper tuck spot. This is a design from the Graphics Fairy, and I believe this one is in one of the two masculine bundles. This was a card, like a photo holder, so it's like cardboard, like really thin cardboard. I'm not sure. So a little bit more of this wallpaper, and this is a French ephemera to which I added this fussy cut, and this is a printable from, excuse the sounds from my phone. This is a printable from the Graphics Fairy, and you can use it as a journaling card. I wanted it to be very grungy, so I just added some kind of torn, spine pieces from old books. And this is a vintage button. Here we have a little receipt that I pinned, and you have some Graphics Fairy printables as well. This one of the little domino image, and we have another Graphics Fairy image here. And so you can actually remove it if you don't want it to to be like this, to move like this. And so again, a few ephemera tucked in, like here and there. We have some old papers and letters and notebook pages. This is a piece from the Heritage Wallpaper washi sample. An image from the Graphics Fairy. This is from another bundle, actually. It's a postcard from Paris, obviously. When you don't know what to do with small bits like this came from a washi tape that I didn't end up using the whole thing from the Graphics Fairy. Just you can, put this with a little piece of fabric and clip it on the top to create a little embellishment. Very quick and easy. This is a photograph from the Graphics Fairy that I printed onto some like very thin type writing paper. Some very grungy and old pieces of ephemera that you can collage with or just leave it for your collection. Another beautiful cutouts from the Graphics Fairy. Another piece of a small printable. This is from the Heritage Wallpaper, and I just used it to make a little tuck spot. Have some ephemera here, and then a negative photo. This is a real photo of his dog, and he's just been hunting. Pieces from the Graphics Fairy. This is from the Heritage Wallpaper, and this is this little domino piece is from one of the masculine bundles. Same as this piece here. So it's just a little details, but I really think it adds to the collage and to, just add some interest to the page. And again, just adding some ephemera pieces, and this is actually a little booklet. And so that's the back, and we have our little notebook, leather notebook. This is a piece of leather as well, so it's just a leather twine. And then the second one, the second notebook was made out of a book cover from one of the Graphics Fairy image. And this was really simple to make. I just used 2 pieces of, this is cardboard. This was a book initially, and I just removed the spine and added some pattern paper on both sides to kind of cover, you know, the edges. And then I added this beautiful printable from the Graphics Fairy. The back here is made with some pattern paper, and the spine is just some heavy upholstery fabric. The piece of fabric here, I thought it went well. The colors went well together, so I just placed it here, and you can use it in your project. This is an old French piece of fabric, upholstery fabric. We have a little key, some twine to close it, and then when you open this up, again, lots of clipped things, clipped ephemera and pieces that are floating throughout. This is a piece from the Heritage Wallpaper, and this was a washi, a little bit of fabric. We have an authentic French ephemera, some ephemera, and then we have a printable from the Graphics Fairy. This is a journaling card. This is the back of the French ephemera, and I just added some wallpaper from the Graphics Fairy. Again, using a lot of grungy papers and collaged them together. This is some coffee dyed paper, some ledger cutouts. And then I just added this little bundle of, this is a little pouch with some of his belongings, you know, this is a matchbox for his cigarettes. We have some coins and even a rusty, I don't remember the name, but I think you can see it. Just be careful when you handle things like that. Floating piece to which I added this domino image. Here we have, this is a little pocket, and I added this antique envelope. And this is a printable from the Graphics Fairy. And on the other side, I actually printed both these tea-dyed papers with some of the architectural drawing. I thought it was really fitting, the notebook. And this is a journaling card that I backed from the steampunk Apothecary shop. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I love that it has those little quotes here. Some wallpaper. Here again, 2 pieces of ephemera from the Graphics Fairy, and this is actually pinned to this ephemera, so you can unpin it, and then you have a few more pages to journal on. Here you have a little piece of ticking, and this is an authentic, like, how do you call that, like cuff thing, but this belonged to a man as well, and I found it in a flea market. A few more papers of all sorts, and this is his little collection of cigar labels. This is from the Graphics Fairy, so you have a little journaling spot here. More wallpaper. and floating ephemera. More of these ephemera cards, journaling cards. And a label from the Graphics Fairy. A little bit of collage with this old spine. Some ephemera here to discover. And then this is some marbled paper from the Graphics Fairy as well. So these were leftovers and I just collaged them. And then another journaling card here. This is an old French playing card. Some vintage paper, Graphics Fairy design that I turned into a little journaling card. Some beautiful old paper, and this is again little image from the Graphics Fairy. An illustration plate, wallpaper from the Graphics Fairy, and here you have, this is also from the Graphics Fairy. This is a carte de visite, and I also printed this little piece from the Graphics Fairy, and it came out crooked, but I actually like how it turned out onto this very grungy coffee dyed paper. So that's a journaling spot, and this is a little like sample, fabric sample page, and I thought maybe he kept a few of his favorite like fabrics and colors for his suits. And so we have a piece of a pattern paper here. This is a tuck spot made from an image from the Graphics Fairy, and so is this this ephemera, which also printed crooked, but I really like the effect of this one too. So just gonna put this back later. A handsome man here, and then tuck spot, and this is a little pocket on the back, and this is a design from the Graphics Fairy. Here I just torn the pages to create a more like messy and messy look, I guess. And we have this book plate that you can actually use on the front from the Graphics Fairy as well. A handmade little pouch. This is some antique French fabric, and this is a printable from one of the wallpaper piece from the Graphics Fairy. A little tuck spot here with some ephemera. This is just a belly band with this antique piece. This is a tobacco card. And this is part of a wallpaper sample from the Graphics Fairy bundle. This beautiful image is from the steampunk Apothecary shop onto these architectural drawings. The little pocket here with some authentic photograph, and inside this little thing here, it's actually a Graphics Fairy image, and I just printed it on both sides, and you have a little, photograph holder, and yeah, you have this man photographs taken and put in here. Some antique ribbon. This is a label from the Graphics Fairy. A little bundle of goodies with some wallpaper and different vintage papers put together. And then we have the little wall of ancestors, and so I use these little domino-sized pictures from the Graphics Fairy. Put some random names, under each, and then I just added this little pouch here that holds some photographs. And so that's the back, and that's it from for my design team project for May. And so I hope you enjoyed it. I will put the link to my Etsy shop as well, in case you would like to check it out. And I hope you will enjoy it. That it will make you want to try this this theme. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you back in my next video. Bye.